course, I do have to ask you about your comments that you made yesterday. I just want to ask you about the genesis of where that came from. The issue of race maybe playing a role in how you're promoted or other fighters are promoted in the UFC. Can you just talk about, is that something that's been weighing heavily on you? And is it, was it maybe just a moment, or is that something that you feel really strongly about?
It's something I feel strongly about because I think about Martin Luther King. I think about Muhammad Ali. At that time, they didn't know they were going to be public figures. They didn't know they would be people that you remember down the road. But if you think about it, I've beaten so many guys who have great brands and great reputations. How do you beat that person and technically consume their talent and consume their power, and then you still are this fighter, that's not a high-profile fighter? Carlos Condon, Robbie Lawler, Paul Daly, Josh Koscheck, even you can even say they're competing against Wonder Boy. How do I have to continue to excessively prove myself and always be the underdog? I don't get the respect that I deserve, and that leads me to believe that maybe it is a color issue. You look at guys like Demetrius Johnson, who's the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. Why isn't he on the largest pay scale? Why is it people that aren't even champions that are making more money? I think it's embarrassing that fighters in our generation, and it's not the promotion, don't get me incorrect. I'm not saying the UFC and it's such a huge conspiracy, but the mindset of our fans, we indirectly make preconceived notions about certain fighters. Tyron has all this muscle, and he should fade out, in the later rounds. And I did the most damage in the championship rounds. So I just think that we subconsciously have these opinions, and we don't even know we have them.
You also brought the fans into it. Yeah. You think the fans, UFC fans, have a racist bent to them?
I see what you're trying to do to me, brother, and it's not going to happen. Not today. I think the fans are great. I think the fans are human, and humans have the ability, and they have their own mind. They can choose. It has nothing to do with sport. If someone doesn't like a person because of their skin color, it don't matter if you fight or if you deliver mail. They're going to have that opinion. What I'm saying is that our fans, they're sound bites. At times, they're great. At times, they're amazing. But if you look at the individual that's behind the desk, that's typing and, oh, you need to train this way, you need to fight this person, how much time are they spending on their life and their purpose and their journey and being successful in their, their respective field? So I don't say MMA fans are racist at all. What I say is that fans are opinionated expressively because we're the only professional sport that give them that access. So these people already have these ideas in their mind. It might be positive, it might be negative, but since we give them so much access and we sit here and do these scrums and we go walk freely through the MGM Grand or whatever hotel, and they can shake our hands, take pictures. We have these long lines of free autograph signatures for these guys. We give them that platform, and now they feel like, hey, I bought a pay-per-view, so I bought a share in Tyron Woodley Fighting LLC. And now I own a piece of your company. Since I bought one pay-per-view, I should tell you how you should fight, who you should fight, when you should fight, and when it's time for you to get a big money fight. And that's really what I was leaning towards.
Do you think you give some of the keyboard warriors too much credence in what they say and in reacting to some of the garbage that they say?
No, I feed it to them. It wasn't an accident. My interviews weren't by accident. My sound bites I gave weren't by accident. I gave 4 or 5 statements that I know that are headlines by themselves, and that's on purpose. I'm in the business of promoting myself because I'm my own fighter. This is my career, and nobody's gonna look out for me better than me. So I did it on purpose. Whether you hate me, whether you want to see me win, whether you think I'm the best welterweight in the world, whether you think freaking Wonder Boy's about to spin and kick my head off my neck, you're gonna watch me fight, and that's what it's all about. Going out there, doing what I do, fighting for my family, fighting for God, fighting for the young kids that need some inspiration. And then on top of that, I guarantee you a lot of those fans who want to hate me so bad, they don't know me. And once you get to know me a little bit better, those people start to appreciate it. And that's why I do my series. You guys can go on YouTube, check out the Champ Life, Champ Camp. It's an unfiltered version of me. If you really want to hate me after you know me, I'm good with it.